hybrid seagrass growing right here in Mission Bay. And scientists believe gene research on this could be key to protecting our oceans and coastlines. Let's dive in.
It was a friend of mine who told me this was out here. We swam out, snorkeled, and had a really great day. So finding a hybrid's pretty rare.
Salk scientist Malia Moore even called the encounter a pretty magical moment when she discovered this hybrid seagrass, thanks to her observant friend.
And he saw some grass that looked just a little bit different. Knowing my interest in seagrass and also these different varieties of seagrass we have locally, he dropped a pin on a map.
Right to Mariner's Cove. During the initial restoration of Mission Bay, Zostra marina, a common North American eelgrass, and its deeper water cousin, Zostra pacifica, were planted in hopes of more hybrid seagrass to add to the hybrid beds that were already present.
The hybrid's a bit bigger. It has these long, beautiful leaves. I'm actually quite partial to it.
Its parents are both native to Southern California, but Zostra pacifica is more specific to our California waters. It is usually found offshore and can also tolerate low light conditions, contrary to its shallow water cousin, Zostra marina.
If we understand why Zostra pacifica, this deeper living seagrass, is able to do that, then we can learn more about how seagrass can adapt to a darker, murkier future.
Unfortunately, human activity like dredging, boating, and pollution are clouding up our waterways.
We have runoff that comes into the water, and it forms these algal blooms that muck up the water, and that reduces the amount of light that gets to the seagrass.
The hybrid bridges that gap between the genetic differences of Zostra marina and Zostra pacifica, allowing it to adapt to darker, murkier conditions that are detrimental to Zostra marina alone.
And they can sometimes have what's known as hybrid vigor. That means they're more resilient to stress because they have more genes to work with.
After experiments limiting light exposure to the seagrasses, their genetic responses were detected using newer advanced gene sequencing technology at the Salk Institute in La Jolla.
This is really the first opportunity where we can look and see what genes are actually present and acting in the Pacifica genome versus in the marina genome to give it the qualities of resilience and then also growth during the winter months.
Scientists discovered certain genes managing the hybrid's photosynthesis, sugar use, and stress responses. These could be the reasons for the hybrid's tolerance to low light.
One of the core genes that is responsible for keeping time is actually upregulated or turned on in a different way in Zostra pacifica, suggesting that it's actually able to photosynthesize longer during the day compared to Zostra marina, which means maybe it's capturing more energy, which is why it grows bigger.
This internal response is associated with the seagrass's circadian clock, something we are familiar with when it comes to ourselves.
We have our own circadian clock. It's what gets us up like 30 minutes before you want to get out of bed. It's what tells us we're hungry. It basically controls almost every aspect of your physiology.
The finding of the circadian rhythm gene is important because hybrid seagrass beds could be the key to future coastal restoration locally and globally. They appear to be more resilient and could endure the low light associated with seasonal storms, algal blooms, and human activity.
One thing we're really interested in terms of seagrass beds is their ability to trap carbon. In our, warming and climate change future, seagrass beds are really important to conserve and restore.
Protection for us, our environment, and the sea life that flourishes in this habitat. For News 8, I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chaffis.